welcome to another beginner's riffs lesson. In this lesson I'm going to show you how to play the intro riff to Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. So this riff is all on the first two strings. It doesn't involve moving your hand very much, so if you're careful you'll be able to play this without moving this hand very much at all. So we can play the whole first, the whole first 8 notes, so they're just like 2 notes back and forth. And what we do is we start off by putting your first finger on 4th fret on the first string, and then your second finger goes on 5th fret on the second string, and you just leave those 2 fingers where they are and you play those 2 strings back and forth like this. So that was, I've got my first finger on 4th fret on the first string, second finger on 5th fret on the second string, being really careful to stay on the tips of my fingers, otherwise your first string will sound like that. So making sure each finger only touches one string. And once I've got my fingers in place, I can play second string, first string, second string, first string, second string, first string. And you'll notice my pick is going up on the second string and down on the first string. So that was basically the same 2 notes 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next bit, pressing down both the first and second string with one finger. So my first finger is on the 4th fret and it's pressing down both the first string and the second string. And your pick does pretty much the same thing, just twice. So it's second string, first string, second string, first string. So all together we've got . And if you want to, you can actually press down your first finger on both strings all the way through that, and you'll start off with your second finger on, and then you take your second finger off. So you don't have to do that, but some people do it that way, and that works pretty well. So this is what we've got so far. The last bit is these 2 notes here. We're going to play 5th fret on the second string. We're going to play that twice, and then 4th fret on the second string. Same 3 notes again. So I guess there's 3 parts. The first bit is 5th fret on the second string and 4th fret on the first string, just played back and forth 4 times. Second part is both on 4th fret, and that was second string, first string, second string, first string, and the last bit is second string and we go 5th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 5th, 4th. So here's the tab. For those of you that don't already read tab, we've got 6 lines here. Each line represents a string. This first line here, that's your first string, that's your thinnest string. 6th line here is your thickest string. So this riff is mostly on the thinnest strings. In fact, it's all on the first 2 strings, the 2 thinnest ones. We start off by playing 2 notes back and forth. 5th fret on the second string, 4th fret on the first string. Down, 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 down. And we play that with our second finger and our first finger. Next bit's very similar. I recommend holding down both these 2 notes at the same time, so put your first finger so it's pressing down both the first string and the second string on 4th fret. Down, 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 and you play those 2 notes back and forth. And then finally, this last bit is all on the second string. We kind of play the same thing twice on the second string. These 3 notes here and these 3 notes here are the same. 5th fret on the second string, 5th fret on the second string again, and then 4th fret on the second string. down, 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 which was down, 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 down. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now, as always, I recommend you start off by practicing the riff really slowly, focusing on making each note sound really clear. So instead of trying to speed up too soon, just make sure you're happy with the sound of every single note. Most of the time, if one of your notes doesn't sound quite right, it'll be because of one of a few things. It could be that you're not pressing down on the string hard enough. It could be that you need to get your finger closer to the fret. So if I play over here, it might not sound so good, but as I get closer to the fret, the note starts to sound clearer. Sometimes it might be that one of your fingers is touching more than one string. So if I've got my first finger on 2nd fret on the 6th string, and I try and play the 5th string, it might sound like that, and that basically means that my first finger is touching the 5th string. So I need to make sure each finger stays on its tip. So let me just say that one more time for you. Practice the riff very slowly, make sure you're happy with the sound of each note. Keep your fingers near the frets, press down as hard as you need to, and make sure each finger is only touching one string at a time. And most importantly, listen to the riff over and over again before you practice it.